Hold on a sec. Ever thought that how much money you had was what really mattered to her? Like a bigger bank account, a flashier car, or pricier gifts were the magic keys to her heart. So many guys go down this road thinking that sort of financial power is the top currency when it comes to love and attraction. He certainly did. He spent years building his own success story, his empire, believing this huge effort was the ultimate proof of his love and what he could provide. He thought he was creating this amazing fortress of security and desire. But what if that whole fortress was built on a total misunderstanding? What if the treasures she truly wanted couldn't be bought at all? Imagine his world, so carefully built on this idea, suddenly getting turned upside down. It all changed with a simple, handwritten list. Not a wish list for designer bags or exotic vacations. Nope. This list held 8 secret desires. 8 revelations that didn't just surprise him, they completely shattered his view of everything. He realized he'd been trying to buy a lock, but she'd been offering him the key all along. These aren't desires that just flash and fade. They're the bedrock of a real, lasting connection. And today we're pulling back the curtain on them. Get ready, because what women truly yearn for, way beyond the glitter of gold, might absolutely shock you. So, the first thing on that list, the one that started to unravel everything he thought he knew, was emotional connection and support. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? In a world that often tells men that strength is about being stoic, and providing means giving presence, the deep need for genuine emotional presence can be completely missed. She craves a partner who's a safe harbor in a storm, not just a well-stocked ship. It's about empathy, truly feeling with her, offering genuine care, especially when life throws its curveballs. Think about it. When stress is high, when things feel uncertain, is it the number in a bank account or the steady presence of a caring partner that truly brings comfort and security? He had offered solutions, financial fixes for emotional wounds. He'd try to pave over sadness with expensive dinners. What she really needed was for him to just sit with her in the darkness, to hold her hand and say, "I'm here, and we'll face this together." This desire isn't about one big, grand gesture. It's about the consistent, unwavering emotional investment, the understanding, the encouragement. It's a depth of connection that no amount of money can ever create. Relationships flourish not on the stock market, but on the daily deposits of emotional understanding. Next on her list, a longing for authentic communication and deep conversations. He was a pro at business deals, closing sales, and could charm anyone at a party. But when it came to the quiet moments in their relationship, the conversations often just skimmed the surface. But her inner world, her dreams, her fears, her deeper thoughts, those were areas he hadn't really explored. Women want to talk about more than just the weather or what needs to get done. They crave meaningful chats where they can share what they hope for, what they're struggling with, and their vulnerabilities without being judged or brushed off. It's in these deep conversations that trust is built, that emotional bonds get truly stronger. Think of it like building a bridge, not with steel and concrete, but with shared secrets, laughter, and that quiet understanding that comes from really being heard. He'd often mistake listening for just waiting for his turn to speak, or worse, he'd jump in with advice when all she wanted was someone to listen. Authentic communication isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions, and then, more importantly, truly listening to what she says. It's a space where two people can connect without any pretense, and that kind of connection is worth way more than any financial statement. The third desire that made him rethink everything was a deep need for shared experiences and lasting memories. Sure, he'd provided a comfortable life, even a luxurious one. He could buy her almost anything she pointed to. But here's the thing, while money can buy stuff, it can't create that unique, priceless collection of memories you build through shared adventures, laughter, tackling challenges together, and even the beauty of simple, everyday moments. She didn't just want to be a bystander in a life he put together. She wanted to be a co-author of their story. It's about those spontaneous road trips, the quiet evenings, cooking together, the inside jokes that come from silly mishaps, the amazing feeling of reaching a mountain peak side by side. These are the moments that weave the unique fabric of a relationship. He'd often go for the big, expensive gesture, thinking it scored more points. A fancy vacation, sure, but was he truly present? Or was he checking emails by the pool? She yearned for quality time, not just a quantity of things. Creating lasting memories, whether through big adventures or quiet, meaningful connections at home, offers a richness that material wealth can never, ever touch. These are the treasures you store in your heart, not in a bank vault. Number 4 on this eye-opening list, the deep-seated need for feeling desired and understood, both emotionally and physically. This isn't just about looks. It's a really powerful, basic need to feel genuinely wanted, seen, and gotten by her partner, often without her having to spell everything out. He was a good man, a provider, but had the daily grind, the chase for success, somehow let the spark fade? Had he started to take her presence for granted, figuring his financial contributions were enough to say, "I desire you"? Many women crave a partner who's attentive and intuitive, someone who notices the little shifts in her mood, her unspoken needs, and actually takes the initiative to make her happy, especially when it comes to intimacy. It's about that thoughtful gesture that shows he was listening, that look across a crowded room that says, "You're the only one I see," the initiative in romance that makes her feel cherished and pursued, not just there. He had assumed that because they were committed, desire was just a given, an unspoken constant. But desire needs to be fed, expressed, and felt. It's in the small, consistent affirmations of her attractiveness, her intelligence, her very essence. It's the feeling of being truly known and still intensely wanted. This profound sense of being desired and understood fuels connection in a way that no amount of financial security ever could. If these desires are starting to hit home, if you're maybe seeing your own relationships in a new light, take a moment to hit that like button. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which of these desires so far has been the most eye-opening for you? Let me know in the comments below. The 5th desire, a real key to genuine happiness, is mutual respect and shared values. He'd always been proud of his own ambition and his strong morals. He just assumed these things were obvious. But respect in a relationship isn't just about admiring someone's achievements from a distance. It's about actively supporting their dreams, honoring them as an individual, and going through life with a similar set of guiding principles. Women look for partners who see them as equals, who cheer them on in their personal and professional growth, and who share a similar idea of what truly matters in life. Whether that's career goals, family dreams, or personal development. It's about feeling that your opinions are valued, your boundaries are respected, and your contributions in all parts of life are recognized and appreciated. He sometimes, in his own drive for success, unintentionally downplayed her goals, seeing them as less important than his bigger picture career. Or maybe their values, while not clashing dramatically, weren't really talked about and lined up, leading to small drifts in their paths. A relationship built on shaky ground, like unequal respect or clashing core beliefs, will eventually struggle, no matter how financially stable it looks. True partnership thrives when both people feel deeply respected for who they are and where they're going, together. Beyond just the relationship itself, the 6th desire on her list was for personal fulfillment and growth. This is about her journey as an individual, chasing her own passions, hobbies, and always trying to grow and learn. He was so focused on his growth, his achievements, that he sometimes forgot she had a whole world of potential inside her, just waiting to be explored and supported. Many women find deep happiness in balancing their career goals with personal interests, and they really value partners who don't just accept but actively encourage their growth and independence. This isn't about needing permission, it's about having someone in her corner, a cheerleader who celebrates her wins and encourages her to take on new challenges. Maybe she wanted to go back to school, start a new creative project, or put time into a cause she believed in. Did he see these as distractions from the family unit, or as things that were really important for her happiness, and in turn, the health of their relationship? A woman who feels supported in her personal journey brings a richer, more vibrant self to the partnership. It's about recognizing that her fulfillment isn't a threat to the relationship, but actually makes it even better. 7th on the list is a desire that really shows the complex lives many women lead today. Balance between career, family, and social impact. Women today often juggle a lot: professional ambitions, family responsibilities, and a desire to make a real difference in their community or the world. She makes conscious, often tough, choices about when to lean into her career, when to focus on caregiving, or how to blend these things together. And importantly, she wants her contributions in all these areas to be seen and respected. He, perhaps, saw her career as a job while his was a career. Or maybe he subtly undervalued the huge amount of work involved in managing a household or raising kids if she was the one mostly doing that. Or perhaps he didn't fully appreciate her passion for a volunteer project that didn't make money, but was important to her. This isn't about a perfect 50-50 split in every single task, but about a mutual understanding and appreciation for the different ways each partner chips in to the whole. It's about shared responsibility and a partnership where the mental load, the emotional labor, and the logistical gymnastics of life are acknowledged and shouldered together. A true partnership recognizes and values all parts of her being and her efforts, not just the ones that fit a traditional or money-focused mold. Finally, the eighth desire, and maybe the one that's the foundation for all the others, authenticity and vulnerability. In a world that's often obsessed with image and perfect-looking lives, women are deeply drawn to what's real, both in themselves and in their partners. They value relationships where both people can drop their masks, be truly themselves, share their imperfections, and be vulnerable without worrying about being judged or rejected. He had built his image around strength, success, and unshakable confidence. Showing vulnerability felt like weakness to him, like a crack in the armor he thought she admired. But she wasn't looking for a perfect, strong hero. She was looking for a human being. She yearned for a partner who was willing to share his fears as well as his wins, his uncertainties as well as his strong beliefs. True connection isn't built on pretending with money or status, but on the brave act of showing who you really are. It's in those moments of shared vulnerability that the deepest bonds of trust and intimacy are formed. It's about being real, together, and finding strength not in hiding weaknesses, but in sharing them. This creates a safe place where both partners can be truly seen, accepted, and loved for who they authentically are. When he finally looked up from that list, the world looked different. The chase for riches, once his main goal, now seemed like a distraction from a much more valuable treasure. These 8 desires for emotional connection, authentic communication, shared experiences, feeling desired and understood, mutual respect and shared values, personal fulfillment, life balance, and authenticity weren't just her secret wishes. They were a guide to a truly happy and fulfilling relationship. They showed him that the real connections she longed for weren't things he could buy, but qualities he needed to develop in himself and in their partnership. His journey of discovery is a powerful reminder for all of us. While financial stability certainly helps with comfort and security, it is not the foundation of deep, lasting love. The true currency of the heart is emotional intimacy, genuine respect, a shared life, and the courage to be vulnerable. Understanding and prioritizing these real desires doesn't just change relationships, it transforms them from feeling like business deals into special places of genuine connection. It's a shift from focusing on getting things to focusing on growing as a person. If this exploration of her 8 real desires has resonated with you, and you're ready to build connections that go far deeper than the surface, then make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're diving deeper into the art of authentic connection in our upcoming videos. And for more insights on strengthening your relationships, check out this video right here on Unleashing Your Inner Drive, the Science of Sexual Energy and Motivation, or How Philosophy Can Change Your Life for Real. What desire will you focus on cultivating today?